Head of the field.
Hello and welcome to the Carvana Cup Series race number 8 here at Circuit of the Americas. I'm joined today by Nate Dogg, aka NASCAR fan for life. Batman will start on the pole. 14 laps, 20%. It's going to be 95 AI difficulty times 2 pit stops. 36 cars due to a limited field because this track does not go to 42 cars. So we have all the sign-up drivers, but we cut back on some of the AI non-sign-up drivers. So today we're expecting a doubleheader for Texas. For the Texas doubleheader, we're going to do COTA right. We are doing COTA as we are recording this. Is COTA, and later on in the day we will be doing Texas race number 9. The sponsor today is the Kingsford 200. And expecting something good here, hopefully. We are a few seconds for command. Nate Dogg, you want to say anything?
If I know anything about this track, it'll provide chaos. I've seen enough races on TV.
Start your engine!
Yes, chaos is good for the team.
As he was really interrupted by our commander. As the command was kind of really interrupting Nate. So you want to... Okay, finish up what you're saying, Nate.
As I was saying, this track has provided chaos in the Cup Series for NASCAR. I have a funny feeling we're bound to see the same type of shenanigans we normally see in the Cup Series in this race.
Alrighty. Here they come. The field's coming off the final corner. Or down the front, the long front straightaway. Let's see if we get a better camera. Batman and Mason Carter are going to lead us to the green. The green flag is in the air. We're racing and green flag racing at COTA.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Batman off to a great start there. He got a little bit wide there. Mason Carter. So you got a lot of drivers going a little bit wide there. Oh, we already got some contact back there. It looks like it was the 52 and the the 52 and the 31 that made contact. 52 of Brexton Dane. As you can see, the Batman has pulled away a little bit. He's up to the lead early on here. Mason Carter is second. John Mullen third. Cax King fourth. Catherine Whitehurst is fifth. The 99 of Logan Davenport making his debut in the series. This is his first start this season. Then Gene Harrington. Thanks WikiLeaks. And then we have Hannah Moon, Brexton Dane, and George Moore. Joe Hartley and Wild Dylan. And then we got Derek Hudson, William Hines, Trevor Dane. What is this camera? As there is our new debut, Nate Dogg, as he is in the 18th position still. Looks like he's trying to make some positions here. This is 3 wide. He's making his debut today. This is his first race in the Carvana Cup Series. He'll be right for points the rest of the season. Let's go with the rest of the field. See some of our other sign-up drivers. Kev Jordan, Darkest Rain, not Matt DiBenedetto, and oh wow, Steven Merzlak's got damage, hood damage. We got some guys that got hood damage already. Beaten. Wow. I think I know why. Let's see what happened to these two. No caution. Let's see what happened to these two. Here we go. Stack up effect. That's huge damage. 34. 34. Paul Hopkins also got a bit of damage there. They're both on pit lane.
But that's just the classic accordion effect, if I do say so myself.
Yep, and Batman continues to lead. He's led lap number 1. They're through the S's. They're through the S's section of this racetrack.
very fast portion of the track too.
Yeah, this is a hard. It seems like part of the track drivers having trouble with is that entering that corner right outside that long back straightaway part of the racetrack. See, Batman still actually pulling away a little bit. Mason Carter and John Mullen have pulled away from Cactus, and they're pulled away from the 99 of Davenport. The other guys here. There's Nate Dogg. He's down to 19th, but he's actually kept the clean so far. Kept the clean so far for him. That's a good thing for him. He's got no damage. And you see the other side of drivers, Gaite and Gar and Mark Martini. Derek Hudson outpaced a little bit, and Paul Hopkins came off the road, and the 4 of Steven Merzlak is out of the race.
Looks like he's missing his back bumper cover.
The 34 of Hopkins, yeah. He ran into about a 4 car. And he's missing his hood.
Yeah. Back to the old modified days, I guess. Guess we don't have a damaged vehicle policy in this series.
Well, that depends. Like, usually on Super... The only time I, like, disqualify drivers for being, like, damaged or slow is on Super... Was that Atlanta? And that's because the lap car caused a massive wreck. And that's because the lap car caused a big one. I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. Damaged cars are just gonna hold up the field and cause a big wreck like that. One car is literally on top of the wall. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Lap car causing a wreck. LePage the field, mate.
He didn't go page the field. It was like it was all a restart. I was like, yeah, this dude's so slow that he caused a wreck and he held up the field and actually had a wreck happen behind him. It's like I'm not gonna risk the fact that he's probably gonna cause more stack ups and drivers making insane moves which cause big ones like that.
I see. Anyway,
Batman continues to lead. It's lap number 3 of 14.
Looks like he's keeping his lead at a pretty stable gap. He's not really pushing it or trying to stretch it out.
Let's go right through the field here. You can see where most of our Sonic drivers are. There's Nate Dogg. And here are all the rest of the drivers. Got Dark X Rain, Mark Martini, there's some of them, there's Gate, there's Derek Hudson. He looks like he has hood damage, or is missing a hood. So is Paul Hopkins. And that's a field. That is a crappy camera. That is an awful camera.
So far.
Never mind. We have the 82 still kind of inching his way there, but not by much.
But these guys still have to make pit stops, so pit stops.
Yeah, they still have to make pit stops at some point as they went a little wide there going into that corner. Feels like all the AI drivers did. No stack up effects, let a single file spread out now. Green flag, attempt number 2.
They head up the hill for turn number 1.
You're getting uphill pretty good there.
You'll see lots of guys fanning out onto that pavement off to the side.
Oh, and we got lots of guys, and we got contact again there. 14, Kasim Simmons would actually take the point here. Over William Hines. That's a Fox camera right there. And through the first straightaway. Did the little straightaway there. As they head toward a sharp left-hander.
Looks like the front of the field is gone single file, but the back of it.
Yeah, it looks like the back of it's still.
Wide.
But Johnson up there, and we got not meant to bend those. Those got a little bit of door damage.
Let's see that again on the 20.
25.
25. Let's see that door damage.
Not Matt DiBenedetto. Alright, yeah, he's got a little bit of door damage. Right side door damage. So does Mark Martini.
And to those watching, he parted ways with Brackley Roofing earlier this season.
This was due to his favorite driver leaving their team earlier on back in October. This was during, I think, between Phoenix and Atlanta that this situation happened between not Matt DiBenedetto and Brackley Roofing. As the situation in real life happened in the playoffs right before the Talladega Truck Race. So, Kasim Simmons is going to lead lap number 1. See a lot of guys up there. Yeah, and he's got a decent sized lead there. Lap 2 of 11. And yeah, he's got a decent sized lead over William Hines in the 02. Tron.
But I would assume these guys still have to pit. Or are they going all the way on fuel and tires?
Alright, we'll see how long the game can make it.
Yeah. How long are they going on fuel and tires this time around?
Well, depending on the laps, it's times 2 pit stops. So if I'm correct, they should most likely pit on lap number, I want to say 6 or 7.
Okay.
Most likely.
Man, that camera is the crappiest camera angle I've ever seen in my life.
Probably some Fox camera. As Kasim Simmons is still leading, he's actually kind of decent gap. Still, they're closing in just a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to go through the field like that because I know exactly what's going to happen.
No kidding.
So got some drivers there.
Oh, contact between the back runners.
Yeah, it's not the back runners there. Let's see, Mark Martini, then Brexton Dane. John Mullins got some hood damage a little bit. And then we got not Matt DiBenedetto, the Batman. Skytay. George Moore. Logan Davenport. His first start today. His start against rain. Jeff Jordan. Derek Hudson. Mason Carter. William Harrison. Taylor Whittaker. Nick Baker. Robert Lilly. Merzlak. Hannah Moon. Jeremy Warburton. Gar Salamander. Cax King. Rodney Herman. Gene Harrington. Trevor Dane. And there's Nate Dogg. Thanks WikiLeaks. Wild Dylan. Susan Blackburn. William Hines and Yoder. Sim Simmons. No drivers actually got big damage this time, surprisingly.
And when the cars will probably stack up when they try to come to pit road because of the way this pit road is here.
Probably so.
Because it kind of sneaks up on you when you got to dive down to get into that.
Yeah, let's wait for that
turn
stupid bridge to come up.
As they head down the
First straightaway.
Excuse me.
And then they're heading down the longer. Oh, they head down the longer. Everyone down the longer straightaways. So waiting for that pit boss bridge to come up. All right. Change that camera. Change that freaking camera. There we go. Much better. You gotta avoid that pit boss bridge every time. Sim Simmons still leading here. He's led every lap so far. He's going a little wide there. So I'm not gonna go try to go through the field because this is the point where last time the game crashed. So I'm not gonna risk it. William Harrison. See Hines still back there. Simmons still waiting. Lap number 4 of 11. As they head down the log front straight away. He's actually got a decent lead now. Oh, there they go! Wrecking! They saved it, it looks like. I don't know who that was. We're still green, but... Who was that? Somebody spun out there. Alright. Let's see what happened. I think it was... Ah, here we go. Jacqueline Crago and Dark X Rain got together. They both save it. Both saving would stay green here. Back to our leader. Actually, still stay green here. Well, Nate, how do you think of that? If Chaos, we were just talking about, it's been clean so far. And well, this race took a change real quickly. As we're in the terrible camera, we're not going towards that terrible camera. There we go. As the 14-2's lead actually closed the gap, but I'm just a tiny bit. Still there. As the 14 to Kasim Simmons still leading. Down the front stretch, Kasim Simmons still leading here. Well, I know they made contact in that final corner over there. Lap 5:11. Maybe expect some pit stops here soon. Hopefully, it's time to pit stops, so maybe we're expecting some pit stops at least once in this race today. But so far, Kasim Simmons shows the way. Simmons is showing the way. Still a fairly sizable gap as we're gonna go. I'm not gonna try going through the field because knowing last time we did that, the game crashed. So yeah, we did have a first attempt. So what happened was we did have a first attempt where Batman was dominating, but the game decided to crash. We're going to show that footage, but the game, this is a disclaimer, game decided to crash. Just saying that now. I'm going to put a disclaimer. I'm going to put a disclaimer right before the video starts. And very unfortunate, obviously, but it's very unfortunate, but NR is NR. That's what you're going to get sometimes. And this is when I was going right through the field, too. So this is why I'm not risking going through the field. That's why I'm risking not going through the field, because the last time, that's the reason the game crashed last time. So the last attempt, here's on the last attempt, Steven Merzlack and Paul Hopkins got into each other. And they were both, well, Merzlack was out of the race, but since the game crashed, he's back in the race. Nobody is out of the race in this attempt. Lap number 7 of 11. By the way, the original attempt was 14 laps. We restarted with 11. So, yeah, 7 and 11. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. So technically, it'd be lap number 9. Lap number, actually 10 of 14. As Tim Simmons still leads here. Lap number 6 of 11 still, actually. So we're still with 5 laps to go, actually. Jeez. Next up is Texas, as part of our Texas doubleheader later on today, and Talladega, the biggest baddest super speedway, will be after the Texas doubleheader. So expect that sometime, hopefully soon. As things are starting to get wrapped up for me, and I will not be as busy, so I will be able to start recording more races. And by the time this is uploaded, this will be uploaded on Thanksgiving Day. So just right now, as I was saying, I hope everyone in the Carvana Cup Series fan base has a great Thanksgiving. Will have a great Thanksgiving and have a great time with their families. As just recording this race, getting them out there right before Thanksgiving, and then we'll pick it up where we'll pick it up next. We'll pick it up at Talladega later on probably next week. We'll pick it up at Talladega next week. Hopefully next week. We're looking most likely next week, so getting it out there, saying it now. And yeah. Lap number 7 of 14. Of 7 of 11, actually. Don't think of the first attempt. Which is really 10 of 14. What?
I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
I've had to prepare for Thanksgiving holidays.
Yeah. I just announced that this will be on. These races will be posted up on the YouTube site here, the YouTube channel on Thanksgiving Day. So just make sure. We all wish you a Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, viewers.
And we're hoping for the best for y'all. We'll be resuming with. We'll have Texas out as well that same day. That's why we're doing the doubleheader. And Talladega will pick off hopefully next week. We'll pick it up at the Talladega Super Speedway. Expect it to be quite the interesting race. 3rd Super Speedway of the year. First 2 were Atlanta and Daytona. And then I think we head off to Martinsville. Race number 11.
Which, if we know anything about Martinsville...
Oh, wait, it's Mid-Ohio. It's Mid-Ohio, then Martinsville. So Mid-Ohio is going to be race 11, and Martinsville race 12.
If we know anything about road courses and short tracks, well, for one, drivers tend to lose their tempers there. So, just be expecting some tempers to flare.
Some key dates. Race 13, the Coke 600. Then the All-Star race in North Wilkesboro. And then race number 14, for some reason, here are my we're scheduling the Southern 500 at Darlington. Why? I don't know. Why?
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't.
Hey, I may. Why? I don't know. Just cause. The crown jewel. It's a crown jewel freaking. Times 3 crown jewels. And then some other key dates. Race number 18, Daytona, the night race, Pepsi 400. Race 19, the Brickyard 400. Race number 22, the Coors Light at the Glen at Watkins Glen. And race number 26, the Tropicana 400 at Orlando Super Speedway. That will end off our regular season. Those are some key dates for the regular season. Expect those to be key dates for drivers. And as we head into the playoffs, all the way to the end of the season.
Looks like the 14 still continues to lead this field. Ooh, he cut way wide going into that turn.
Well, drivers been doing that the last few laps. It's lap number 8 of 11 now.
Looked like he almost hit that tire pack sitting there.
A lot of drivers almost did. And I don't think there's anyone out of the race. I'm going to attempt it. John Mullins off the pace, but he's been having damage. Riley Dane's there. Neil Quinn's got lower damage. A lot of drivers now got a lot of door damage. They still to keep pace.
Looks like Not Mad D is making a move on the
24. I think it's the 24, the 52. Brexter Dane.
Oh, they hit again.
Not Mad D way wide there. And, oh, here we go. This is what we've been expecting.
A pit cycle is underway.
A lot of drivers in this. A lot of drivers. The leaders are in. Mason Carter, Cactus King, Mason Carter, and Nate Dogg stay out. Nate Dogg takes over the lead in his debut. Lap number 9 of 11.
If you notice something about that paint scheme, it's the sponsor on the rear corner panel.
As you can see, this paint scheme looks a lot similar to Tony Stewart's Bass Pro Shop schemes from the early 2010s, from the early Gen 6 era. But pay attention to that sponsor on the rear quarter, towards the rear quarter panel. That is indeed GM Goodwrench. And obviously the number. The famous number 3 back in action. And it's here in action for the first time in the Carvana Cup Series. And a very sleek looking Bass Pro Shops car. Bass Pro Shops GM Goodwrench cars. We need to switch that camera.
Grab your camera.
As right behind him is Cactus King in the 08 Mountain Dew Menards car. I don't know what this car even is. Mason Carter.
It honestly looks a little weird seeing both Mountain Dew and Menards partnering together, because I don't think that partnership works, but it's working for him.
Yep, and then Mason Carter. Simmons comes off pit road. Looks like he was the first one off pit road. Susan Blackburn in the 16. Looks like they were the first 2 off the pit lane. Lyle Dillon, Pengus WikiLeaks. William Hines fell back pretty far there. Then Trevor Dane, Rodney Herman, Jeremy Warburton, Gene Harrington, Gar Salamander, Hannah Moon, Steve Merzlak, Robert Lilly. And we got the rest of the field.
Don't crash, gang. Please don't crash.
Just hoping the game not crash. And here, Jeff Jordan's still on pit road there. As here come the rest of the leaders. Here come the other 3 that stayed out. He must have an issue.
Jordan must have a some damage on the car somewhere.
Trying to see. Doesn't say. And Kasim Simmons going to take back the lead here.
And
he's now our leader. Head back in turn 1, cycled out.
With the 3.
Three will cycle out. Looks like he's going to be cycling out. Oh, right behind the double. Looks like he's going to cycle out right behind the 0. That'll be back into the 5th position. So he actually cycled out pretty well.
And at COTA, you can get away with hitting after the main leaders do, because of how big this course is, seeing as it's an F1 track. You can get away with that. It's just a risky maneuver to play because of where you'll cycle out at.
Seemed like Cactus King and Nate Dogg cycled out pretty well. Mason Carter, who was our 3rd car that stayed out, cycled all the way back behind Steven Merzlak. So he'll be in the 16th position.
He must have had damage of some sort to repair.
Either that or he had a slow pit stop and just didn't cycle out well. Jeff Jordan's still up pit road.
He must have damage.
He's gotta. Sim Simmons still leading. Sim Simmons back in the lead.
I assume this is the one. Yeah, this is a one-stop race.
Yep, this will be a one-stop pit stop race. We are in the final laps of the race. Can Sim Simmons, unless they somehow, I don't know how, pit again. I think Sim Simmons got this and potentially got this, unless he screws up somehow.
He could pull a Martin Truex Jr. Watkins Glen.
Aggressive goes around.
Yeah, he could pull that maneuver, but I don't think he will.
I don't think he will. That would be stupid. That'd be quite stupid
but
to do.
He's got no pressure from behind that would cause
True,
him
he's
to
got no pressure. He's got a decent lead over Blackburn. He's got a decent lead over Blackburn, so hence the white flag this time by. That's some very interesting strategy. Jeff Jordan's still in pit lane as here comes the 14 to see the white flag this time by on the front straightaway. White flag here in the Kingsford 200 here at COTA. Sim Simmons has led almost every lap except on the pit cycles where Nate Dogg was the one that led a lap.
And no, this flag is not sponsored by Credit One Bank. We can't afford sponsors.
We can't afford. No, fuck Credit One Bank. Anyways, through the corner, final time. Alright, here we go. Through the S's for the final time. Sim Simmons has had a dominant day. He started second. He started second. And he's had a dominant day.
As he heads onto the short chute, it looks like.
I think it is, yeah. Short
through the two short straightaways, and now he heads onto
the longer, the
long. As he heads,
there's a long straightaway to turn,
and heads on to the long back straightaway.
Down the long for the final time on the back straightaway. He's got no pressure. However, as we go through the field, Nate Dogg in his debut looks like he'll hang on to 5th right now. As Susan Blackburn is second. Susan Blackburn second, Lyle Dillon 3rd. Pangus WikiLeaks is 4th. Nate Dogg / NASCAR fan for life is 5th. William Hines is 6th. Trevor Dane is 7th. Cactus King's 8th. Rodney Herman 9th, and Jeremy Warburton is 10th. For the final few corners. Down the last short chute straightaway, and the final few turns. Here he comes.
Into the
final two corners. Can Sim Simmons is going to come off the final turn and down the long front straightaway. In dominant fashion. He's led almost every lap, started second, and he's going to win the Kingsford 200 here at COTA. Susan Blackburn is second, Lyle Dillon is third, Pangus WikiLeaks is 4th. Nate Dogg in his debut finishes 5th. In 6th, it's going to be William Hines. 7th is Trevor Dane. 8th is Cactus King. 9th is Rodney Herman. And 10th is Jeremy Warburton. We thank you for watching the Carvana Cup Series here at COTA. And we will be back here later today to have Texas. So we'll see you then.